This stunning woman committed a crime that left everyone in shock, and the reasons behind it will blow your mind. Meet Darcy Pierce, a 28-year-old wife and mother of two from a seemingly perfect family in suburban America. On the surface, she had it all: a loving husband, adorable kids, and a beautiful home. But behind closed doors, a darker reality was unfolding. Darcy's case is a true crime story that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the people closest to you. As we dive into the details, you'll be wondering how someone so beautiful, both inside and out, could commit such a horrific act against her own family. As we explore this case, we'll take a closer look at Darcy's life before the crime, the events that led up to it, and the psychological factors that contributed to her drastic actions. We'll also examine the investigation, the trial, and the public's reaction to this shocking crime. Today, we're going to explore the background of this enigmatic woman, the crime itself, and the complex factors that led to such a drastic action. We'll delve into the possible warning signs, the investigation, and the trial that captivated the nation. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of what drives someone to commit such a heinous crime. So, let's start at the beginning. Darcy grew up in a loving family with two supportive parents and an older brother. She was a straight-A student, a cheerleader, and a beauty pageant contestant. She met her husband, Mike, in college, and they had two beautiful children together. From the outside, it seemed like the perfect family. As Darcy entered adulthood, she began to struggle with the pressures of motherhood and the monotony of suburban life. She turned to social media to cope with her feelings of isolation and loneliness. But beneath the surface, Darcy was hiding secrets that would eventually lead to tragedy. Despite her picture-perfect facade, Darcy was dealing with some serious demons. She had a troubled relationship with her husband, and her parents were going through a messy divorce. As we'll see, these underlying issues would eventually boil over into something truly sinister. Darcy's online presence portrayed a happy, carefree woman, but her online activity told a different story. She was obsessively scrolling through social media, comparing her life to others, and seeking validation from strangers. This toxic behavior would eventually consume her, leading her to make decisions that would change her life forever. As we'll explore in this video, Darcy's case is a cautionary tale about the dangers of social media, the importance of mental health, and the devastating consequences of our actions. It's a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about true crime and the people who commit them. The investigation into Darcy's crime was one of the most shocking and complex in recent history. It was a case that would capture the nation's attention, spark heated debates, and leave everyone wondering, how could someone so beautiful and charming commit such a horrific crime? From the moment the news broke, the public was hooked. Everyone wanted to know what drove Darcy to commit such a heinous act. Was it a crime of passion, or was it something more calculated? As the investigation unfolded, detectives began to unravel the tangled web of lies and deceit that Darcy had spinning. They discovered a trail of evidence that would lead them to the shocking truth behind Darcy's crime. The trial was a media circus, with the prosecution painting Darcy as a cold-blooded killer, while the defense argued that she was a victim of circumstance. But as the evidence mounted, it became clear that Darcy's actions were not just a one-time mistake, they were the culmination of years of psychological manipulation and emotional abuse. The public's reaction to Darcy's crime was swift and merciless. Social media was flooded with outrage and disbelief, with many calling for the harshest punishment possible. But as the dust settled, a more nuanced conversation began to emerge, one about the complexities of mental health, the dangers of toxic relationships, and the devastating consequences of our actions. As we delve deeper into Darcy's case, it becomes clear that this was no ordinary crime. It was a crime that was years in the making, fueled by a toxic cocktail of psychological manipulation, social media obsession, and a desperate need for validation. So, what drove Darcy to commit such a horrific crime against her own family? Was it a cry for help, or was it something more sinister? As we explore the psychological insights behind Darcy's actions, we'll gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of the human psyche. One of the most fascinating aspects of Darcy's case is the way it highlights the blurred lines between reality and social media. Darcy's online persona was a curated version of herself, a highlight reel of her seemingly perfect life. But beneath the surface, she was hiding secrets, struggling with mental health issues, and desperate for validation. Darcy's case is a stark reminder that social media is not reality. It's a constructed version of ourselves, a way to present ourselves to the world in the most flattering light. But what happens when the mask cracks, and the truth comes spilling out? As we explore the complexities of Darcy's case, it becomes clear that this was a crime that was driven by a desperate need for validation and a toxic obsession with social media. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of living our lives online, and the devastating consequences of our actions. One of the most shocking revelations in Darcy's case was the discovery of her secret online life. Behind the innocent facade of a suburban mom, Darcy was leading a double life, one that was filled with secrets, lies, and deceit. The investigation revealed a web of online relationships, secret accounts, and cryptic messages that would change the course of the case forever. It was a shocking twist that would leave everyone wondering, how could someone so charming and beautiful be leading such a double life? As the trial unfolded, it became clear that Darcy's online life was not just a side hustle, it was a full-blown identity, one that she had cultivated and nurtured over years. It was a persona that was both fascinating and terrifying, a glimpse into the darker corners of the human psyche. The turning point in Darcy's case came when the prosecution revealed a damning piece of evidence that would seal her fate. It was a moment that would change the course of the trial, and leave everyone stunned. In the end, Darcy's case was a stark reminder that true crime is rarely black and white. It's a complex tapestry of psychological motivations, social factors, and environmental influences. It's a story that raises more questions than answers, and one that will haunt us for years to come. As we reflect on Darcy's case, it's clear that this was no ordinary crime. It was a crime that was driven by a complex interplay of factors, a toxic cocktail of psychological manipulation, social media obsession, and a desperate need for validation. The implications of Darcy's case are far-reaching and devastating. It's a reminder that true crime can happen to anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. It's a stark warning about the dangers of social media, the importance of mental health, and the devastating consequences of our actions. So, what can we learn from Darcy's case? What warning signs did we miss, and what can we do to prevent similar crimes in the future? The answers, as always, are complex and multifaceted. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have any thoughts on Darcy's case, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime content, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll be exploring another shocking case that will leave you speechless. Until then, stay true crime obsessed.